Hey,
Hey!
we're back.
We're back!
Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought? Hi, everyone. It's great to be back for season 2 after taking a few weeks off. Like always, I'm Jien in Singapore. That's Perci in the Philippines, and that's Ange in Hong Kong. Welcome to Dear Future Grandkids. Now, this is the show where we ask an interesting guest the big question. What would you say to your future grandkids?
How's everyone doing today? We are live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support for us on season 1. And we hope you'll keep us company in season 2. I just want to say that, I have fond memories about season 1. I look back and I see the snippets that are being posted, and it brings back so many memories, like Rachel singing, the belly roll and the eye roll. I wish I could forget the eye one. But I look forward to season 2. How about you, Ange?
I have so many good memories. Of course, hanging out with you two has been the best thing, but it's all the laughter that we have just beforehand, like the 5 minutes countdown, all the chaos, all the dogs barking, all the drilling, cameras not working, mics not working that I'll remember. And then, of course, the fantastic guests that we've met. We've met new and old and got reacquainted. But I found something new, no matter who it has been, old friend, someone new. I've discovered things about them, and I've discovered things about myself that I'd never, ever would have happened if it wasn't for this show. So it's fantastic. And how about you, Jien?
For me, of course, you know how much I love you guys and love working on the show. But probably for me, one of my favorite parts of the show is when we had Ashley Gale, a really good friend on the show, and we made her cry. And I know that sounds quite bad, but I really just quite enjoyed it. But also, I love her talking. I know. But I loved listening to her talk about her son as well. So much love, so pure. And then also that time where when we tested our skills and we were passing the remote control all around from Hong Kong to Singapore to the Philippines with Jade Xia. That for me was TV gold. But also, we like to apologize for that. But hey, we had so much fun. So we're here right now. So let's kick off season 2, where we will be building a video time capsule for one of Singapore's most loved and recognized entertainers. Officially known as Singapore Boy, he's a consummate performer director whose skills include singing, dancing, acting, piano playing, and stand-up comedy. He's actively involved in theatre, television, film, and radio. He's trilingual, which means he's fluent in English and French, and he tries his best in Mandarin. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, I like to call him my good friend too, please welcome Hossan Leong.
Hey! Good morning, everyone! Oh my gosh! 3 countries in one live stream. So exciting. I feel so important.
I just hope our connection holds.
Yeah, well, it should. We tested it yesterday, today. How are you guys doing?
Oh, great. Thank you so much for joining us. So happy to see you.
Yay, likewise.
You're excited about today, Hossan. The name of our show is Dear Future Grandkids. When you think of yourself as a grandfather, what do you imagine?
I think I'd be a fun grandpa. I take the kids out. I mean, I'm not going to be a grandfather, but I am an uncle. So I'm already planning, what to do with the kid. I enjoyed growing up. So you want your kid to, oh my God.
That's how you look out there.
Do you know what? Oh my gosh, I look like my father and my grandfather.
Really?
Wow.
You're rocking the facial hair there.
Yes.
Cannot. Chinese, I cannot. I look like catfish. I have like 4 whiskers coming out of my chin, very ugly. I'll be like that. So yeah. So I tried. Trust me, I tried growing facial hair, but doesn't work.
With the magic of an app, we can make you full George Clooney bearded and very handsome.
ZZ Top there.
Only if I get Nespresso contract, I will be a George Clooney.
I like the plug there, really.
Yeah, nice.
Hint, wink, wink.
So Hossan, you've been there, you've done that, you continue to be there, do it. We'd like to get you better with some quick fire questions. So,
Sure.
in 3 words, how would you describe yourself?
Creative, impulsive, and fun.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
hope.
I would go along with that. And where were you
Okay.
born?
I was born in Singapore. Let me see. I think was it Jurong Hospital? No, I can't remember now. I don't think I was there when I was born. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
some
you mean,
time.
yeah, there. Before I realized I was born. So yeah.
So, Percy, I think Percy's got some questions for you as well.
Sure.
Oh,
I think
What did
she's
you
kind of like.
Okay,
it's Percy.
my internet connection. Yes, I froze.
Okay.
There's your line. What's that? My question is, what do you want to be when you grew up?
When I was growing up, or when
What
I'm
did you want to
growing
be
up from?
when you were
When you grow
growing
up, sorry. Grow
Yeah.
up, sorry. Yeah.
When I was growing up, I actually, you know what? I had four ambitions. I wanted to be either a lawyer, a teacher, a journalist, and funnily enough, an actor.
Oh.
Yeah, and my back then in Singapore, you had to get good results for your second language. For me, it was Mandarin, right? In order to go to university, I flunked it 4 times. I had Fs all my life for Chinese, so that they didn't allow me to go to university because of that. So I couldn't become a lawyer, nor a journalist, nor a teacher. So I became an entertainer.
And it all worked out.
And it
Yeah,
all
and now
worked
I
out.
teach. I have played a lawyer. I write.
You play a journalist.
gosh.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's funny how life kind of like, looks after you.
Yeah, it all works out in the end.
Yeah, I did.
Where did you go to school, Hossan?
I went to this school called ACS in Singapore, Anglo Chinese school. It was an all boys school. Very, it was one of those schools, right? That whenever you go out and you meet other boys, other people, you can go. You're an ACS boy, right? It's those kind of schools. You know what I mean? It's that the loyalty is very strong. Yeah.
Mm.
So, Hossan, I know you've done a lot of jobs before, but what's the worst job you ever had? The worst.
Oh my God, the worst. All right, this is definitely the worst because I was invited to do stand-up comedy for a company. This is very early on in my career, and it was an open-air buffet dinner styled event.
Okay.
And the moment they announced dinner was served, buffet, they introduced me to go and do half an hour stand-up comedy. Of course, did you think anyone was listening? No. No. Walk right in front of me with a plate full of rubbish, right? No, thanks, guys. And then the client didn't want to pay. They said I wasn't funny. I'm like, guys,
Oh, no.
you guys were eating. You guys were not even listening. You were going to get food. And the same jokes I did for my sellout shows, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, so for budding freelancers out there, be careful. Make sure you get your 50% deposit.
Yes.
And avoid buffets.
And avoid buffets.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right? So rude. And I can't believe it was a bank, by the way.
Oh,
Man.
wow. Wow.
So that was, I think, it will always be with me in my memory, like how to protect myself, as a freelancer. Yeah.
So that's the worst job you've ever had to do, obviously, performing to people when they're about to get their dinner for buffet. And obviously, you've done so much in theatre and television as well. What would you say is the best job you ever had? Is it even possible to pick one?
I have so many good memories of so many jobs, from theater to TV shows to film. I had the opportunity to travel. because of my job, and I really can't put a finger on which one was the best. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so
Yeah.
hard. Every time I do a job, it's so dear and precious to me because, you know, as entertainers, it's hard, especially so now. It's hard. So I try to treat each job as the most special one every time I get one.
Fair enough.
And finally, tell us about your latest project. And it sounds really interesting. We had a chat about this earlier. The Curious Case of the Missing Peranakan Treasure. Just give us a nice little setup.
Sure. So I think I'm very proud of this project because I think it's the first virtual interactive play. And it's a whodunit. It's a mystery set in Raffles Hotel, Singapore. And I came up with this concept about a mystery. And initially, I wanted it to be a murder mystery, but I know the hotel said no because it's a hotel. So it became a burglary, a theft. Yeah, you know, pantang and all that, right? And I wanted to make it non-linear. So when you click on this link, and it's virtual, so anyone in the world can play this game and watch this show. You click on it, you're given a map of the Raffles Hotel. And you click on locations on this map and scenes unfold. And you got to take notes because, you know, the red herrings and the characters are there and they're telling the story of how this thing got stolen in the hotel during an exhibition. And it's non-linear, so it's like an Agatha Christie movie but cut up and shifted around.
Yeah.
And then you get to scroll, pan, zoom on your computer, so it's very interactive. You click on glowing objects on the scene, and it flashes you back into the past. And at the end, all 6 suspects will be lined up before you, and you just choose one. You click, and then it'll be revealed, alibis and stuff like that. And if you choose the correct one, you know, you get a chance to spend one night at the presidential suite at Raffles Hotel, Singapore. Not bad, right? So it's so fun. It's such an interesting concept.
I'm entering. I am so happy. And you're going to tell us afterwards when the show ends.
It's going to be
Who did it, right?
Yeah, 3 rooms for the 3 of us. Thank you.
Actually, you can, the presidential suite, you can all stay very, very big.
Yeah.
We're not in there. Yeah.
That's so cool. Look, we have a trailer and it's super cool. So let's take a look at this trailer.
Okay.
Could you really bear it? Something were to happen to the treasures of this hotel?
Nothing will happen to them.
This is our historian, Mr. Charles Ching. He's invited some distinguished old friends of his for the grand opening of our exhibition, Treasures of the Straits.
Cantik.
It is the crown jewel of the exhibition.
Something about this box. It reminds me of the past. We'll fly away under the cloak of night. Leave this common world behind.
Off on an adventure, face the years together.
The crown jewel of the exhibition has gone missing, and you think I did it?
There are many different reasons why one would be a thief. I should.
Between distinguished guests and my trusted colleagues, I wouldn't know where to start. That's why we're hoping someone of your caliber would be able to recover our treasure discreetly. Thank you for helping us with this rather curious and unfortunate case.
The Curious Case of the Missing Peranakan Treasure, a virtual, interactive whodunit. Get your tickets now.
Nice.
Yay!
Wow.
Hossan did it.
notes.
Hossan did it.
You think?
I'm just taking notes
Charles
already.
Chung did it.
What's so great about it was because we use 360-degree camera technology, you see. That's why I call it a play, because there's no way I can cut a scene. If you do it wrong, I can't go cut, you know. And so I had theater actors do this because, you know, we're so used to being on stage and not We want, you just gotta go up when the curtains rise, you just go. So that was the whole concept behind it, and all my actors were so wonderful. I had a great time filming it in the Raffles, and also for people who haven't been to the Raffles Hotel, or maybe cannot afford to go to the Raffles Hotel. So this gives them an insight into how beautiful it is inside, and the suites and the grounds and the restaurants, and perhaps save money, and then next time can go and stay there.
Or win the competition.
Or win the competition.
Just
what Ange wants to do.
Yeah, and I love it because it mixes travel, and people haven't been able to travel for the last few years. It mixes storytelling, it mixes suspense. There's a game element, contest element. You've got the interactivity by doing it on 360, and you can press the buttons, and you can take place and join in from anywhere.
Yeah.
And the fact also, Hossan, I have to say, the fact that we're in this industry, we know it's been really tough in terms of work for people. So the fact that you're employing people, you're doing creative work, you're supporting, many families is just amazing. So thank you.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I wanted to try and collaborate with other industries, because we can't survive on our own. The arts can't say, we're just going to do our own thing. No. So I wanted to bring in tech, bring in hospitality, bring in heritage, and then from here I want to springboard into other places and other venues, and try using new tech, AR, XR, whatever R they have nowadays, and see what happens.
Well, I think it's brilliant. So I can't wait to take part in it. So that's fantastic.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah, just go on thefuturestage.com and you'll be able to find all the details there.
I think that's what Ange is doing now. Actually.
I am. I'm going to Google. I love this kind of stuff.
And it's interesting because people always say, oh, you know what, how much are you charging for something like that? And I think to myself, if you buy one link, you can get all your friends and family watching, because in theater you can't. You pay $50 and only one person gets to go in to watch the show. Here for 38 Sing dollars, you can get your friends and family and all watch and play the show at the same time. So I think it's got a little bit of community there as well, So that's what I hope to achieve.
You can dress up and make a whole evening of it, and I think that's great. Everyone can take part, right? There's something for everyone. If you just want to see a fantastic heritage hotel, you can. But if you want to take part in a mystery, you can. It's fantastic.
And the kids love it because they get to to go and play on the pad, and they go, oh, we want to see this on Zoom and stuff. So, oh my gosh, my friends' kids I just love it. They scream and laugh. So I'm happy.
Well done.
Well done indeed. Now, Hossan, talking about sort of looking around and interacting with an environment. Now, on Dear Future Grandkids, we have no shame. Love snooping around people's houses. And I know you're not at home right now. I know you're working in your office, but that's not going to stop us. So I wonder if you could show us around a little bit. Give us a little bit of tour of the glamorous life of a director, actor, and entertainer.
Okay. I just have to tell everyone now that my office is a mess, okay? It's a literal storeroom, rehearsal space, working space, and we even have a recording studio, a booth for voiceovers and stuff. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna, because I have this mic, right? So this mic has to come with me.
Ever the performer, a mic and at hand all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Come, follow uncle.
Okay, did we lose Hossan?
Yeah, I think we're trying to follow him, and then we just lost him for a bit. Oh, there we go. He's back. He's back again.
What happened? Okay, okay, so I mean, all of you had problems with your text, so it's my turn. All right, so there you go. That's outside my office.
Ooh,
HDB flats, Singapore.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. I work in a really nice building, an old building called Golden Mile. Amazing Thai food downstairs.
Yes.
Okay, so that's my ironing board in case I need to iron my clothes and go to work. Green screen,
nice
because
ironing board.
Normally green screen, because we work. We do a lot of training. My piano is here. It's my piano.
You got a piano there.
Yeah, so I do a lot of I write songs and stuff like that. Like we wrote the theme song for Curious Case as well. Yeah.
Cool.
And this is
Super
my
cool.
Super cool.
recording studio.
Wow, you really set up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
a
see
nice
now.
setup.
Yeah. We say that.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
yes. Of
anyway.
course, yeah.
Like that lah, very small the studio. That's all. Okay.
No, but you got everything you need.
I mean, yeah. If anything happens, we go into major lockdown. I can be holed up here very, very happily. Except the toilet outside is public and it's very smelly. Just wanted to make that clear.
I think your building manager is probably watching.
Oh yeah, well, I'll tell him.
Nice. So, okay, so while we're in your office, Hossan,
Yeah.
we've seen what's around there, but are there two items there in your office that mean something to you, and can you show it to us?
Means something to me.
Yeah, either from your work or personal, and not the ironing
Okay.
board, not the ironing.
No. Yeah, doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'll be back.
No worries.
I want a recording studio.
Everything is there. It's got
Yeah.
a sound booth, his piano. It's got his green screen. It's got a
I
view.
love it that we can see Hossan just moving.
Yeah, it's got.
This is like Shakespearean theater.
The curious case of Hossan Leong and his two items.
And I love it that you're.
Yeah, it's a new interactive show now, and everything
Yeah, I
control
know.
Hossan.
All right, sorry about that. As I was stomping everywhere around the office.
You know, put it this way: you're not a cat burglar because we can hear you everywhere.
Really? Oh god.
Can hear this stomping.
You can hear the stomping.
Because I'm wearing very clunky shoes, you see. Yeah. So, oh look, my socks.
Oh, I love
Nice
it. Yeah,
sock.
Hossan's got his own range of socks.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
socks.
yeah, we're doing it for charity. So yeah, we sell socks and then I give the money to charity.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
no, yeah, this is a photo of my mom and my dad and me.
Oh.
Yeah, and this was taken after I did this musical called A French Kiss. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. So they yeah, my folks took a while to accept what I do or what I because when you go, oh, what does your son do? It's just some actor, he'll get a real job one day, kind of thing. So it took a while for them to kind of be proud of me and what I do, and they started coming to see shows that I do and musicals and plays and stuff like that. So that was one of the rare times that we took a photo together. So I really,
Nice.
yeah. So it's on my piano. I put that.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I've got an
Is there-
ironing board. I've got an iron.
Look at that second thing, huh? We're waiting in bated breath here.
Something that means to me in my office. Oh wait, hang on. Okay, be right back.
I love this. This is the most interactive we've ever been. Sending
Yeah.
our guests out to pick up items and coming
Oh,
back.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We didn't see that
This was
earlier.
My first
Wow.
solo show that because I always do stand-up comedy. This is my first show that I played the piano and kind of cabaret-ish, and it was so it was in 2008. Can you imagine? It was called Seriously Hossan.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So I played songs and sung songs from my favorite composers and musicians like Billy Joel, Elton John, Barry Manilow. Yeah, all the millennials have no idea who we're talking about.
Just start googling it now.
Yeah, and listen to real music, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
So this was a poster that the Esplanade here in Singapore did for me, and it's my first like major billboard poster. So I was yeah, so it's I'm quite proud of it, and it's here now.
So you should be.
And it's
I'm so proud of it.
I'm proud of it.
Immediately chucks it.
Yeah, because it'll take me another 20 minutes to put it up again.
Oh,
sorry, I had to ask you to do that.
It's all right.
that was the best tour ever. That was the best.
Yeah,
Best,
Yeah, you get
best
sound
tour.
design as well.
yeah. We recorded that. We're using it as sound effects for some other show.
Yeah, Foley, sound
Foley.
Foley there. Yeah. Okay.
Now,
Wow.
Jose-
I've never told anyone that before. This is the first time that I've shown that.
Oh,
poster,
wow.
Because after the show, you just take the poster home, right? And I thought,
Yeah.
nah, no point putting it at home, so I left it in the office, and it's been there ever since.
It's a great poster, though.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
one. Should be proud of that. And what's evident is that it was 2008, and you never age. You never
Yeah.
age. You look exactly the same. It's like that's your show tomorrow. Can I have the free ticket now to the raffle?
I blanja you lah.
Thank you. Now, Hossan, I mean, we know this for a fact. You're, multilingual, you're multi-talented, you've got lots of skills under your belt. But the main question for us is any of your skills pointless? Because you know that pointless skills are held in high regard in this show. So we want to find out if does Hossan Leong, the man with many talents, can virtually do anything on stage, on camera. Does he have a pointless skill?
Okay. That I can actually show on camera.
That's the late night version.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the late night version of the show.
Actually, those skills aren't pointless. Yeah, you gotta have a gimmick after you retire, or people don't hire you anymore, right? Okay. OnlyFans.com. Okay, just kidding. All right.
There you go.
All right. I'm sure all our little children watching will wonder, what is this future grandpa talking about? All right. I think I can do this. Okay.
Okay.
Am I in shot? Yes, I'm in shot. Okay,
Yes,
here we
yes.
go.
Oh!
Ow, ow, ow. Ah, okay.
Oh!
Want to see it again?
Actually, it is mesmerizing.
Here we go. I think it's around here. Yeah. So if you can do the body ripple, you can do the thumb ripple. All right.
Oh my
So
god.
Ow.
Just
Okay.
when you thought
No, I
we've
can't
seen
try that.
everything on the show. Wow.
Yeah.
I love the showmanship. Oh, I love the showmanship. This little, this little
Yeah.
acting. to this.
Yeah.
That's a show. You just did a small show.
I must.
Free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
must
is the
say, Hossan,
definition
yeah.
of pointless. That is the definition of
It's
pointless.
quite pointless, right? I mean, you point lah. You point, then it happens.
Yeah, but you know what? In the few minutes that I've heard what Hossan can do, I can't imagine that you can actually find a way to make a show out of this. It's not gonna be
Thank you,
pointless for
Perci.
long.
Please hire me. I can do your next show.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah,
a show with this. Yeah.
Stunt coordinator.
Yeah, I know. We do finger puppets. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my mutant power.
Oh, it's so brilliant. Hossan,
The sequel.
Yes.
we're gonna switch tones a little bit now. We want to hear
Okay.
about your family. What were your family like growing up?
Yeah. I mean, my brother and I grew up in a very lower middle class income family. My father was working. Oh, there you go.
Oh, what a great
Oh.
picture.
So that's my dad. Obviously, he's holding my little brother's hand. My little brother is now a father, and he is working with a media corp. He presents the program Money Mine on Channel News Asia 938 on radio in the afternoons, and that's me. Followed then my two cousins Kenny and Danny, and that's my mom. And we were on holiday in Jien. Guess where?
Genting Highlands.
No,
Fraser's Hill. Fraser's Hill.
no,
Cameron Highlands.
Cameron. It was Cameron.
Cameron's, yeah,
Yeah,
Cameron.
those are
Yeah.
the plantations
The
behind
tea
us. So,
plantation, yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
we used to always go up to Malaysia. I mean, that's all we could afford, driving up in a convoy with all our cousins and uncles and aunties, and that was our school holiday trips that we used to make all the time.
Oh, nice.
And I think I had a pretty normal childhood. Look how it turned out. Oh yeah, very normal. The reason why I'm so normal is my father would always take pictures of me doing strange things like that, like on a potty on the way to Cameron Highlands. Back then we didn't have what call those rest areas, right? So we had to go poo and pee by the roadside. Very glamorous. So yeah, and then that was that. I mean, basically that was it. Really, my parents supported what I did. Like I said, it took them some time to come around, but when they finally did, we did show them that I could make a living and live properly without their support. They're kind of like, okay, yeah. So yeah, now I'm an uncle. I really love my little nephew so much, and try to see him at least once or twice a week, which is hard now with this lockdown thing that's going on. But yeah, but that's how life is, isn't it? It's kind of cyclical that way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what sort of things do you remember when you were little doing with your family? Like, any sort of fun outings or like things that you always normally do together?
My family and the extended family, my cousins and aunties and uncles, we used to gather quite often. Besides the usual Chinese New Year, Christmas, and we used to gather for birthdays. We used to gather for random, like uncle would say, "Oh, I managed to get a chalet, let's go." Then we all go to the chalet. I don't know why my uncle thinks for that, but anyway. I guess that's the uncle voice. And then we would go and we would have a weekend away, playing tennis, just being children. And I think, and my dad had a big influence on me. I think I'm like this because my dad was always so fun. All my cousins would go, Uncle Vincent, and he'll wrestle with them. He'll tell silly jokes. He'll jump on the stage, grab a mic, and sing songs. So I think I'm a chip off the old block, really, and I'm very proud of my dad. I mean, he's amazing, bringing us up. And it was hard. Last time he was a factory worker. My mom was did a lot of other jobs, and she was a florist. And yeah, so I think I had a really normal, happy childhood. That's why I'm now like this.
I was actually wondering where you got it from, because you became an actor, you became a performer, but obviously, I mean, usually that comes from somebody in the family. So it was your dad.
I think I had the best of both worlds because my grandmother, my mother's side, apparently was a Cantonese opera singer from Ipoh. And I didn't know that. Yeah.
Wow.
And one of my aunts from Ipoh was a dancer back in the day, a grand aunt, and she left for London to become a dancer on West End, and she ended up marrying Yul Brynner. Can you imagine?
No.
Yeah.
You gotta know, really?
Yeah,
From The King and I, really?
You're related. Yeah, she was a dancer. Yeah, she was a dancer on West End and back in the day, like in the 60s and all that. And then so I think I got that musical side from my mom's side of the family.
It's in your DNA.
It's in your DNA. I mean, what have you learned from your parents, I guess? Is there anything else apart from what you've picked up, the skills, right?
I think I've learned how to be independent. My family is Christian, so we were brought up very when we were taught to be respectful and God-fearing, and so I think they have taught me that, and I'm glad they did. So so there's some things that you do when you're growing up that you're not really proud of, but parents would always, I think, kind of accept you for who you are, and that's something I really, really am very grateful for. Because in this industry, it's just so crazy, right? I mean, 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down. and mental health can be an issue as well to a lot of entertainers. But I think my family has kept me very grounded. My friends as well, so that's great. I don't have many friends in the industry. So it's good that way, I think. I mean, not to say that I don't have friends in it, I do, but if something kind of crops up or if I need a heart to heart, it wouldn't be someone in the industry, if you know what I mean.
It would be your family.
I get for that. Me, it would be my best friend. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Hossan, there is a part of the show where we ask you to get your phone and leave a voice message to someone important in your life. We've come to that part, and you don't have to tell us who, because you mentioned a few people that obviously now that we are in burglary mystery mode and we're trying to figure things out, we're going to guess, but you don't have to tell us. You don't have to tell us.
So what you want me to get my phone
take your phone, leave a voice message to someone who's important to you, and we'll just eavesdrop. Something we love to do.
And send it. And you gotta send it.
I gotta send it.
Yeah, you gotta send it. You gotta send it. But don't tell us who you gotta send it.
And then
if we guess it right, we gotta stay at the raffles.
Yeah, there you go.
So I go, it's not me. I didn't do it. Like that.
That's good enough.
Okay. So just on WhatsApp, is it? And then just
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just record and send.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's me. Just to say thank you for always being there when I call, text, message, scream for help, and always being logical because anyway, okay, you might think this is really, really weird, right? But yeah. Okay, thanks, bye.
Oh, you were so awkward.
Yeah.
Is it strange? Do you not do calls like that or leave messages like that or
No, I don't because I don't know. I think growing up, my family wasn't very what do you call that?
In that sense?
Yeah, vocal or even physical or typical lah. Being Asian family is like, you can always do better, but so growing up, it was very hard to even get praise out of my parents, so not that it's had an impact on my life, because now that come to a point where you go, I have nothing to prove anymore, so I'm just doing my thing. As long as I make people happy, I don't hurt anyone, that's fine. So, but I guess saying that to whoever I said it to, because I'm not supposed to tell you, was easier because this person has always stood up for me and helped me through a lot of things, Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really sweet.
That's why I'm very awkward. Like, all the brat. This person's gonna go like, what are you on? It's 12 in the morning. 11.
Yeah.
It's the most random message you will receive.
My vodka. I love you, man.
Well, if you get a reply before the end of the show, we would love to hear it.
It's just come in. Okay, wait, huh?
Oh, it did.
Oh, no way.
Y'all.
I did.
Oh, I'm in the toilet and I'm listening to this.
That's the reply?
He's listening to this in the toilet and he went, oh.
Wow.
This is brilliant. This is when you know the show is definitely live.
Yes, the show is live. And
I'm in the toilet. What? Yeah, okay. He said, I'm listening to this in the toilet. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, okay, good.
Aww.
You should let it go. I said, just let it go. Yeah, exactly.
In every way.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, that was the first time that we actually got a reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Because we don't get it on the show itself. Normally, it's like we'll get a reply after. But that's the first time we got it.
It's first time.
And we got it from the toilet.
You go to toilet.
I mean,
No other
yeah.
show can be, can brag about that.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna hear no end of it, okay?
You're so red right now. You are so red.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The lighting is really bad in this room.
Oh,
Okay.
Zen. Now we're just gonna pivot a little and talk about your career. And you were mentioning earlier in the show saying that one of the reasons why you couldn't go to university or pursue one of your dreams, becoming a lawyer, because of just not doing well in Chinese, which is really unfair. Was that part of the reason why you decided to have a career in entertainment, or did something spark that?
Okay, so after I literally got kicked out of A levels because I couldn't continue. My dad said you should go and learn a trade, learn a skill, make yourself useful. So back in the 90s, there were 3 institutions that the government here in Singapore worked with 3 governments. So we had the French Singapore Institute, we had the German Singapore Institute, and we had the Japan Singapore Technological Institute. So these 3 countries had put in money to these institutes to train Singaporeans to work in their companies that they have set up in Singapore. So I got accepted into the French Singapore Institute to study electronics, ladies and gentlemen. I know, It was the hardest 4 years of my life. Well, it was supposed to be 3 lah. Let's put it that way. I had to do 4 because I almost blew up the lab one day. It was crazy because I came from a completely arts background, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly I'm thrown into this room with people going like, oh, Laplace formula, Faraday's law, oh, electricity, go this, go where. I'm like, what's going on? I just turn on the switch and there's light. I don't need to know why. And then we had to write computer programs, write software, code. And back in the day, it was really, the computer room was literally the size of a small apartment back where all the servers were. That was that long ago. So in answer to that, so I hated it. But the good thing that came out of it was I studied French because I had to, because everything, all the manuals and instructions were in French.
Yeah.
And we had to do this French. And so I did. I loved it. I got 3 diplomas in French, in scientific and technical French, business French, and French. So I took that language and the culture and what I loved about it, and then when I finally became an actor and entertainer, I used it to help build bridges between Singapore and France in terms of culture, how similar we are, how different yet similar we are. But how I got into entertainment was actually by chance. I was in the army, and then the doctor that would run the camp that I was in, always, I would always jump up on stage like my dad, take the mic, host the program, host the camp, fun evening or whatever. And he would say, hey, you know what? I think you should be on stage. My fiance, who's now his wife, is an actress at there's a company called The Necessary Stage. You should go see them. So I did. So in 1993, I went to audition for a play. And they said, okay, we've got a really small role for you. You want to do? I said, yeah. So that was how I started in 93. It was, so I never looked back.
Wow.
Never went into electronics.
Since you blew out the lab.
I know, right? Yeah. But then I realized, like I said, how life looks after you. I'm not afraid of tech. I'm not afraid of, I know how to connect things. I mean, without blowing up things. I, do my own lights. I do my own sound. So, so I think in the long run, I would tell people, if people ask me about career advice, right? Never knock what you study and what you learn along the way, because you never know when you might use it. And now I look back and I go, wow, I'm glad I did that, even though I hated it. Can't say much about my Chinese, but anyway, yeah. So that was basically how I ended up becoming an entertainer or an actor at first in 1993, and then TV came along, from stage to TV, and then radio for 12 years of my life. I did the morning show from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. My God. Yeah. You know,
Those
when
were
you're
the days.
young, when you're young, you just do it all, right? Like after 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
you rush for rehearsals, and then at night you perform, and then you go to sleep and wake up at 4 to go to work again. It's like, yeah, cannot really now.
So like you've mentioned, you've done it all from theater to television to radio, and we all know that life as an entertainment, being in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of highs and lows, and contracts, and insecurities with job security as well. What would you say has been the biggest challenge for you in your career so far?
I think the biggest challenge so far is to remain relevant. To remain, it's so hard to keep yourself in the forefront of people's imagination and mind, and so because for us, when someone goes, oh, I need an actor, oh, I need a host, oh, I need a comedian, who comes to mind, you see? So that's why I have to keep doing stuff on social media, because there's a whole different generation now who will hire me, who will think that I'm funny. So it's getting harder and harder. So therefore, I'm trying to see how I can, work on the career part of it to make it more holistic. So if someone hires me and says, oh, we need ideas, I go, oh yeah, sure. Can I creative consult for you? And I have XYZ ABC who can do the job, things like that. And then you start creating this ecosystem of people who can do the work and do it well, so that your reputation doesn't go down the drain. So I'm always out looking for good people that I can say, hey, I think you can do this job, and you can do. So that's what I am trying to do right now. In the meantime, trying to save money, because no retirement fund. I can stay in my office.
What is that? Just listening to you. I mean, you've done so much, and now your latest project is an interactive whodunit, right? I mean, it sounds like you've never stopped. You've always looked at any opportunity to make a show or to make content or entertain. And the great thing is, you kind of reinvent the genres as you go and collaborate with new people. I mean, that's amazing. That really is amazing.
Yeah,
I think you'll
thank
always
you.
be relevant.
Well, but the thing is, it's not to become complacent. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people during this COVID times, especially in the arts, were very afraid of tech, very afraid of going digital. No, we can't. We have to go back to theater. Yes, I know we have to go back to theater, and we will when time is right. At the moment, look, we open, we close, we open, we shut. There's this lockdown. Then how? People are stuck at home. They need entertainment. You just can't put an old play that you film for archives onto YouTube. It's not nice. It's not fun. It's boring. So how do we then, touch people's lives digitally without having them to go out and be exposed to this virus, right? So that's what I'm trying to do, I guess.
That's really inspiring, and I hope a lot of my friends in live events also see it your way, because it's true. I mean, it works it's the same way for us in film, and television. During the start of this pandemic, everybody went, when do we go back to the way it was? And I'm thinking, no, we just have to deal with the way it is. Right?
Absolutely. And also, I think last year was when it happened, everyone was doing Zoom plays. We were doing singing and in little squares of 525,000 souls.
Yeah.
Right, Perci, you know about that, right?
Yes,
All
I know
the
that.
Southeast Asian artists were singing, and then
Yep.
I think we have mutual friends like Sheila Francisco and all that.
Yeah,
love her. So but that was last year. We can't keep doing that anymore.
Yeah,
you know,
have to kind of evolve from that.
We gotta go one level above now instead of doing all that. But So yeah, so we're still searching, still creating. Ideas are free, but getting the money to actually put this into motion is not easy because I don't have money. I can't afford to do this, and so begging for money has been it's a new skill that I'm trying to pick up, and it's not pointless.
I
Okay?
can so relate.
no,
I can
no.
really relate.
No.
If
Right?
you build it, they will come. That's,
Oh
I've
my
been telling
God,
myself
it's-
that every day.
And I never, because I'm a private limited company, I can't get money easily from the government because, when I'm not a charity, then when you ask people for money, they go, oh, do we get a tax rebate? And you're like, no. And then it's hard. It's so hard. And then I feel like a hat in hand going like, this is a really good project,
Yeah. No, but it's worth it because you're not just helping the industry, you're helping other people in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, I do my best. Yeah, I try.
We see that. No, my question is, so this is at work, right? But on a personal level, what gets you going in the morning when you wake up in the morning?
When I wake up in the morning, which is more often than not nowadays, it's 6 a.m. Because I don't have a routine, right? As freelancers, don't really have a routine. I try to do one, to make one up so that at least there's reason to get up. The fact I can't stay in bed anymore because I'm like, rah. So mentally it's to create something. I have set myself tasks so that there is something to go to. That's why I have this office. If not, I try and work at where I am. And also 3 cups of coffee gets me going in the morning. Nespresso.
There you go.
See what I did there?
Second plug. Second plug.
Second
Wink,
plug.
wink, wink.
So yeah, I think that gets me going in the morning. I think life is exciting if you really, really think about it. It's scary, but if you take that fear, like what I did, the whole curious case of the Missing Peranakan treasure came about from fear, because after I finished doing a huge show last year for National Day, I went, oh dear, I'm jobless. How? So from that, oh no, I've got nothing to do. I created this, you see. So I think it's important to embrace the fear and the uncertainty and turn it into something creative rather than let it overwhelm you and then you feel powerless and helpless to carry on. That's where I come from,
That's amazing. You are a hero. I'm telling you that.
No, don't say that. No, I'm just doing what I can to survive and helping out my friends. Yeah,
That's what heroes do. No, but I can imagine from the moment you wake up, your day is so packed because you just pack it with so many things that you feel that you need to do. But what is it that you wish you could make more time for?
I wish I could make more time for myself. I think for my brain to stop sometimes, because I'm constantly thinking. So I must tell you this joke. So the other day, my friends might tell me that, there's this really good melatonin to help you sleep properly and blah blah blah. So because I try not to take sleeping pills because it doesn't but I sleep very well. So, but it's just that my brain doesn't stop. So I took this. They're called sleep gummies. they taste good.
The melatonin gummies. I know that.
Yeah, and I thought, all right, this will knock me out. Yay! Oh my gosh, I had 12 hours of nightmares because my brain just went and I thought, nah, must be an aberration. I'll try it again. I did a second night and it was again. So I think I'm just weird that way. I just need to have time for myself, calm down. And I think this is therapy for me. I'm telling you this so I can tell myself because I know I won't do it. But yeah, for myself and I think for my family as well. I think I don't see my family as much as I would like to. Yeah.
Maybe when you were studying electrical engineering, you accidentally put one wire and another wire together, and your whole brain has short-circuited. And ever since then, your brain has been on overload.
So they have this phrase, right, in Hong Kong, 气心,
黐線係啊，
我黐咗線啊。
真係黐咗線。
Yeah.
瞓覺啫。
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think people need to also take time out for themselves. Not just me. I'm just saying this in general. I think a lot of people forget that me time is important. So yeah, I think I want to go on holiday as well. But yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I think that's some advice that I think we need to hear. I need to hear for sure. Take time out for yourself. So thank you for the reminder. So Hossan, we it's a very reflective show that we have. Obviously, we're talking about legacy in the future. How would you like to be remembered? What would you like your legacy to be for future generations?
That I made people happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's so sweet.
No,
That is just so sweet.
It comes from, because I had an epiphany in middle of my career because, I was doing a lot of stand-up comedy. And I'm not a natural stand-up comedian. I'm an actor. So my first stand-up comedy show was basically 2 hours worth of script that I memorized, and I played a version of myself on stage, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah. And then people started hiring me for gigs, for company D&Ds, for dinners. And so I started doing that. And then I realized that there's a different kettle of fish because the audience is not there to watch me. They're there for dinner and you're just hired to entertain. And then you get the, like the buffet dinner or the, I'm saying in the middle of a dinner or of a joke. People are not listening. And then I got really bitter in the middle of my career about in early 2000s. And I thought, and then my comedy had this really angry tone to it. It started getting very bitter because, it's soul destroying to tell jokes and no one's listening or laughing. Then I had a friend, like I say again, good friends, know how to bring you down to earth. And he said, if you're not happy doing what you're doing, stop, because it's coming across in your comedy, in your work. And that woke me up. So I asked myself, why? Why am I in this industry? Why am I doing comedy? Why am I on stage even? And I realized that deep down, I just wanted to make people laugh. I wanted people to be happy. Life is, as shitty as it can get. But, so every time I go on stage and I see, in a dinner or an event, 2 people are looking at me and smiling, or 1 person's laughing, I just concentrate all my energy on that person. And I know I made someone's day or night or and that's all that's important. I think at the end of the day, I touch someone's life by making them laugh, making them smile. So that's why I answered that question that way. I want to be remembered as a person that made people smile.
A smile maker. That's really beautiful. So with that in mind, what advice do you think your 80-year-old self would give the you today?
Don't be so hard on myself. Don't be so hard on myself, because
You're even hard on yourself now, even now, after all these years and after all you've learned?
I'm hard on myself in a sense of because I think I'm kind of an achiever. I need to do things and achieve things. I'm not so bad now. Previously, I would be a grabber. I would just, whatever job that came my way, I would take it. Yeah. So I think now it's not so bad. I've learned to say no. But yeah, I'll tell my younger self not to be so hard on myself. Just chill out a little bit, because there's lots of time, hopefully, in the future to worry about life. Yeah.
Good advice.
I think your 80-year-old self can also tell the 3 of us that. Our younger selves are like that too. Not saying no to gigs.
Yeah, because you always worry about what's going to happen. What if you don't take this gig now, means no money, etc., etc.
Yes.
So yeah. So I realized that how much money do we need to live anyway? Do you know what I mean? So I think striking that balance between being comfortable and just being content. Yeah, being content. is important. Yeah.
Great advice. Thanks, Hossan. You know what? We're so happy that you spent time with us today to create this video time capsule. So unfortunately, we're about to close the show and you're about to close the lid on this time capsule. And you get to leave a message. What do you want to say to your future grandkids?
Okay, so dear future grandkids, live life, have fun, be real, because there's lots to experience, lots to enjoy, lots to be happy for. So I think it's important to treasure the moments that you have now.
Oh,
That's really good advice.
Is it very
Right.
cliche?
no.
Oh, okay.
It's good advice to future grandkids and to us three again.
No, but as I said it, I was like, oh no, it sounds like some Hallmark card, but it's true, right?
It's true.
Basically,
It is
this we created the show just as free therapy for us, really.
Yeah.
Free advice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, let's forget what I said. Doesn't work.
Well, thank you, Hossan. Thank you very much for being a wonderful guest and our first guest for season 2.
Yeah, so
we learned
honored.
much.
Thank
I
you.
learned so much. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, stay safe and all the best for the rest of the season and whatever you do. And I hope one day we can all really meet up in person. Have a real nice, real talk show,
Yes.
on the stage,
Yes.
in the studio. It'll be fun.
We would love that.
We're doing this all over again, but in a physical studio already.
Yeah. But we'll see. And if you guys have anything you want me to help with, anything, just let us know. Just a shout out. I mean, it doesn't have to be bound by geography anymore now with technology. So yeah,
Well,
ideas are free, like I said.
No, and Ange is asking about a clue for the mystery. She really wants that presidential suite.
I could do with it.
She's been on it the whole time since the show started. After the
I'm
trailer.
thinking.
Ange is Monica from Friends, so she's very, very competitive. You just gave her a
Can you
challenge.
imagine if you guessed correctly, Perci and Ange, your 3-week quarantine in Singapore could be in the presidential suite. Wow,
It could
imagine
be.
that.
It could
Wow.
Sipping my Nespresso coffee.
No,
Yeah.
espresso. It's the Raffles blend. The Raffles
Raffles
blend. Yeah, in fact, forget coffee. I'll have 3 Singapore slings, please.
True, absolutely. The home of the Singapore Sling. Definitely.
After the
That's
show, it'll be the Hossan Leong Nespresso special because it's now the new celebrity endorsement that he's just got for the show.
I think
I
so. I think
wish.
so.
In fact, funnily enough, I'm heading to the Raffles now to meet
Wow.
some of the actors for a quick bite of lunch and just to say thank you for doing the show. So it's a wrap up thing for my cast today.
Oh, wow, that's so brilliant.
Congratulations, because what you put together is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me a platform to talk about it, because it's hard to get the word out there because people don't understand what it's about. They think, oh, is it a movie? No. Is it a game? No, it's not. What is it? So because it's a new genre, it's so hard to explain. Yeah. So thank you.
It's
Appreciate
Yeah, you're-
pioneering.
Yeah, you're a trailblazer. You're a trailblazer. It's hard to go. It's hard to go first sometimes. It really is. But you open the door for others to follow, and I think that's a really important legacy. So thank you very much again for being our guest. It's been a delight. I don't know you, but I've been following you on social media, and I now get to meet and interact with you in person. You are who you are. You really are. The person that I see on the social media, the person who's doing lots of things, has a great sense of humor, good outlook on life, busy all the time. Now I see the reality. I thought your office would be a bit more glamorous, but aside from that, you are who
you know
you
what?
are.
There's no glamour in this industry at all. Okay, so it's like people go, "Oh my god, you're so glamorous." Oh, you take this car and that car. I said, "No, it's a Grab car. Sorry, what do you mean?"
I iron my own shirt. Look at that.
Yeah,
iron.
big man.
Very
But
well worn.
he's going from there to the Raffles. Remember that. after
take
this
bus.
ends, he's going to the
There's a
rally.
one. It's 3 bus stops down. So, yeah, yeah.
That's and before we wrap, I'd like to say thanks to our viewers who've been joining us. Who said such nice things, left such nice messages. So thank you to everyone.
There's somebody who said that. There's Daniel Fang who said Hossan. I guess it's Daniel.
Where is this on Facebook? Is it
on Facebook? And Marlon Pasilon said, "Welcome back to us." And that this pandemic forced people to be more creative and more innovative. I think that he picked it up from you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So thank you to everyone. And on YouTube, thank you to everybody who watched.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for watching, everyone. And remember, go buy a ticket, thefuturestage.com. Shameless plug.
On that note, what a great start to season 2. And thank you all for watching Dear Future Grandkids. I'm Jien, that's Perci, that's Ange. And thank you once again to our wonderful guest, Hossan Leong. Thank you to all. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.